So, what a great start to the NFL season. A lot of fun storylines took place a day ago. Aaron Rodgers, MVP. Josh Allen going off, coming back, just a crazy win. And the Packers completely just manhandling the Lions. But in this video, I want to specifically focus on the Las Vegas Raiders because I feel like a day ago, that game just really solidified that this is officially a new era for that franchise. And yeah, we saw this coming earlier in the offseason with the hiring of Pete Carroll and acquiring Geno Smith and Tom Brady, being more involved in the franchise. But you know, off-season talk is off-season talk. Eventually, you got to go and play ball, and they did a day ago, and they played an amazing game on the road, dogs on the road, and they just got the job done in a very efficient way, in my opinion. And I was just thoroughly impressed because I knew it was going to be kind of like a tight game, but it's kind of a tough spot to be in. You know, that place was juiced up with first game at home for the Patriots, Mike Vrabel's first game as their new head coach. So to go on the road in that sort of environment, pretty impressive stuff, man. Now, firstly, we got to talk about Geno Smith right away. 24 for 34, 362 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Overall, he was balling, super accurate, just making plays. Yeah, he threw the pick. Yeah, he took some sacks. It happens from time to time, but Geno was just making things happen a day ago, man. I was super impressed, and I'm not going to lie. When the Raiders acquired him, that really didn't do anything for me, just because Geno Smith has technically only had one good season in the NFL, which was in 2022. But for all the believers in Geno Smith, that one season in 2022 is when he was with Pete Carroll. So, of course, they have their reunion this year, so I guess it is possible that he could have a great season again this year. And based on this performance, yeah, it's very possible. Now, I know it's only week 1, and I know the Patriots weren't a playoff team a year ago, but still, man, I just think it's very, very impressive. Now, Ashton Jeanty wasn't super productive on the ground, 19 rushes for 38 yards, but he did have a touchdown, so good for him. But yeah, I'd say the one kind of thing they got to work on, or the one thing that was kind of lacking from yesterday's game, was definitely the rushing attack. Besides Jeanty, Geno Smith had 2 rushes for 10 yards, and Zamir White had 3 rushes for 8 yards, so not a lot going on the ground game in week 1. But the receiving game was a completely different story. Brock Bowers picked off right where he left off from a year ago. 5 catches for 103 yards. Dude's a monster still. No surprise to anyone. And that is the one thing I was excited about going into this season for the Raiders, because Brock Bowers was a complete unit with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell a year ago. And he broke rookie tight end records as well, and he did that with 2 not great quarterbacks, and I think Geno Smith is significantly better than Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, so I expect monster numbers for Brock Bowers again in year 2. Also, Jakobi Meyers made a lot of plays as well, 8 catches, 97 yards, and I think it's definitely in everyone's best interest that he sticks around for this season, because he did request a trade about a week ago, so I don't know if everyone's all good now or if he rescinded that request, but I'll tell you this, winning cures everything at the end of the day. So maybe everyone's happy now, maybe everyone's all good, and hopefully he'll stick around, because the Raiders did sign Amari Cooper about a week ago, and then like 2 days later he retired. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know if they were just asking him to be a large role in this offense and he just wasn't feeling it. I don't know, but they need Jakobi Meyers to stick around. They just do, if they want to have a good season. So hopefully he will. Also, you had Tucker and Thornton making a couple of clutch catches, especially Tucker on that touchdown reception. So it may not be the flashiest receiver room, but I'll tell you what, man, they did great a day ago. We'll see if they could keep this up throughout the whole season. Now, defensively, they definitely contained Drake May and that offense, specifically Henderson, the rookie. Really didn't do too much. 5 rushes, 27 yards, 6 catches, only 24 yards. And I'm not saying the Patriots have an elite offense or anything. They definitely don't. They definitely don't have a lot of weapons, and Drake May is only going into his second year in the NFL. So it's not like a crazy offense, but still, like, they stopped the Patriots when they needed to the most. Drake May did have 287 yards through the air, 1 pass touchdown, 1 interception, but the Raiders also got 4 sacks on him. So Raiders fans, talk to me. How do you feel after week 1? I imagine all of you are all pretty hyped. It's been quite some time since that franchise has had any success, so I imagine all of you are pretty ecstatic right now. But let me know in the comments down below. Now in week 2, very fascinating game here. Division rival game for the Raiders. Monday Night Football at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. They're hosting the LA Chargers. Should be a fun game for sure. The Chargers just overall look significantly better from top to bottom than the Chiefs did on Friday night. I know it's only week 1, but damn, like, if it wasn't for Mahomes making plays on the ground, that game would have been a lot more lopsided. But we'll definitely see if the Raiders can do any damage to the Chargers next week. They are dogs again at home, plus 150. Definitely going to be tuned in for that one. Honestly, man, just taking a look at it right now, the Raiders low-key have kind of a crazy schedule. Pretty tough. Next week, Chargers, then week 3 at Washington, and then they're at home against Chicago. Still, I'm filming this Monday morning, September 8th. We don't know what Chicago is like just yet, but based on the Lions' offense from a day ago, man, I think the Bears' offense will be significantly better, and they also have a good defense. So I just think that's going to be 3 tough games in a row for the Raiders. If they could just come out of September with just 1 more win and cap the month off at 2-2, I think that would be pretty impressive stuff, all things considered. So yeah, man, let me know what your favorite game was from week 1 so far. I think it was definitely, for me personally, I think it was the Jets and the Steelers, or of course the Bills game was also crazy and chaotic. But I'm curious what your favorite one was down below. Let me know. And if you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. How about your boy a ton? That's all I got for right now. Peace.
And then the turnover just changes everything. So you got to find a way to get your confidence going again. 2nd and 3. No room to complete that one. That's what you expect in the NFL nowadays from the players, especially these receivers. They're so aggressive, so athletic. They go all out for every catch. That time he just lets it all go. Not able to make the catch, but I'll give him an A for effort. Gordon is able to get it done that time. Why? Because he has the power and the will to make it happen. 3rd short, he just gets it done with sheer willpower. 1st down and 10. And Gates can't hold on that time. That's a wonderful job that time by the secondary. Everybody's in position. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football, and it leads to another incomplete pass. He'll take the snap from the gun. And they're all over him for the sack. That's an excellent job by the defense. Just gets quick penetration in there, hits the quarterback, and gets the sack. That clock keeps moving. What a job by the defense in this situation. The Bears defense now loading up, expecting pass with a dime defense. Scrambling out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. Nice job by the defensive backs. The quarterback buys the extra time. He gets outside of the pocket, but look at them. They stay right with the pass receivers. Nobody gets open. Quarterback has to throw it away.
Royals got a chance this time.